And this is the reality of life. Tomorrow, be part 2. I'm gonna explain more about my situation and stuff, and also the tips I've been doing as far as recovery, and just getting myself to back where I need to be. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you gotta realize, which is hard to, and some people just do not understand, like, hey, you do not do nothing wrong. I mean, but it's still hard to, like, okay, if I didn't do nothing wrong, why'd I gotta go through this bullshit, whatever. You know what I mean? But again, that's life. I mean, but for people like me, it takes a step or two longer to understand and get over stuff. I mean, it's not that I'm slower than you or whatever. It's just that, I mean, like, I love everybody genuinely. Like, I would not have given my shirt off my back to help somebody else out only because it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? It's the right thing to do. And that's all I got. It's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? And I mean, even though we got people like Donald Trump, whatever, but it's like, you know what? I'm a strong believer. If good people let bad people get away with stuff, does that make you a good person? You know what I mean? Because, like, one part of me is like, I'm a dreamer, I believe in mankind. There's enough money out for everybody. Like, shoot, I even put her old boyfriend on the money so he can make money for himself, because the more money he made, the more money he had for her and their kid. You know what I mean? And it was a benefit to me, but the only benefit I got was like, hey, the more successful he is, the more successful my cousin and them are. But again, I mean, like I'm crazy in a crazy world. I mean, but am I? Well, are you the crazy one in the crazy world? Because I still believe in loyalty. I do believe in family. I mean, I do believe, even after everything I've been put through, that if somebody asks for my help, anybody, I would still give it. Only because it's the right thing to do. But but that's me. And right now I'm just having a hard time figuring out many people and things, and just understanding things better. And believe it or not, I mean, I've met maybe one or two YouTube personalities. I mean, and it's hard exposing yourself sometimes. I mean, but it's like, hey, this is me. I mean, like, you know, somebody loves you when they love you for all the good and all the bad. I mean, because we all have our faults. Like me, got speech impediment. Still fucks me up to this day. I mean, but I try. And I talk too much sometimes. And I got a big heart. But nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's just being wiser, having good people around, and always trying to improve. Man. a good thing to help is writing stuff down. I mean, like, it took me a while to realize, like, hey, if I die today, what can I say? Here lies Leroy Reed. What good have I done? Have you been there for your family when called for? Yes. Have you helped others? Yes. Did you try your best? Not all the time. I think my last greatest achievement was getting my grandmother, her daughter, and her daughter's daughter together. Even though I went through hell and I'm being punished for it, which I don't understand, it was worth it. I mean, it was worth all the punishment and all the stuff just to see my grandmother happy. Man. But these are things we do for people we care about. I even had to beg on my hands and knees to take my grandma around the block, which wasn't right. It was very cold, and it does something to somebody to beg somebody else to do something nice for their own grandmother. But hey, I mean, something that I hope nobody would ever have to go through. But the caretaker of my grandmother was somebody who I'd rather not say. But what they did, they let it answer to God. Like, why? Man, and that's it. But again, for anybody going through some pain, some bullshit, whatever, if nobody cares, I care. There's somebody out there who gives a fuck. I mean, because there's right and there's wrong. I mean, and if you cannot call yourself a God-fearing woman, man, or whatever, a person of faith, if you are willing to hurt somebody just for your pure enjoyment, I mean, I would never understand. Because to me, laughter and a smile costs you nothing, but it's worth so much. I mean, or if you got a loved one, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, pay attention to them. Pay attention. Doesn't cost you nothing. Turn your phone off, whatever, look at them in the eyes, whatever, and pay attention. Hear what they got to say. I mean, no one from like, I pay attention so fucking much sometimes. I'm on the road going home, right? I'm talking to this woman. Next thing you know, I'm lost. You know what I mean? Because I'm captivated by her voice, by what she has to say. I mean, I'm actually interested in her thoughts. And in that sense, instead of pulling over and parking like I should, I'm just driving, missing exits. I mean, but it's okay. It was a good laugh. They laughed. And I'm like, I can't talk to you when I'm driving. I can't. I mean, but that person felt so special, like, wow. You know what I mean? And everybody should feel that way. And in a time of grieving, everybody should have some peace. Everybody. Yeah. I asked this person who caused a bad memory not to be there. You know what? That's a story for another time. Today was just an introduction into some of the stuff. that I went through and on my beliefs and me. Yeah. I will close out in $ driving with Mr. Lee on Cash App. You want to donate? I wish everybody peace and love, and I hope you can really understand that I'm not coming from hate. I'm not coming from anger. I'm coming from love. I'm coming from wanting people to understand. I mean, because if you understand, then you'll get it. You know what I mean? And because it's like, I don't want anybody to think it's okay just to be fucked up, just to be fucked up. I think that's cool to do fucked up things. I mean, and I'm gonna call people out on it, because like, if you're a good person, but you let evil shit happen, how good are you? I mean, and there's a difference between good and bad, hurting somebody and helping somebody. I mean, but again, I'm gonna take what I've learned from my counselors and share it with y'all, and other people who deal with stuff, whatever. Because like I said, I've lost so many people. It's a shame, but it's a part of life. I mean, rest in peace my mom, rest in peace my grandmother, rest in peace my cousin. I mean, it's a part of life. But at the same time, is that, I mean, God gave us this planet. We have each other. We have ideas. We have poetry. We have flowers. We have so much good and creative shit, whatever. There's no need to be mad, angry, or hate one another. I mean, like, I may not have to like you, but I don't have to hurt you. I'm not gonna try to understand you. Might be friends, we might get along, shit. I mean, but nobody's perfect. Nobody. But we could work toward that ideal. I mean, like, what can I say? See that? Yes, Star Trek. Yes, tricky. I'll put my next video up Friday. It'll be more structured. But hopefully this reached somebody. And understand, if you got somebody in your household, family with issues, whatever, I mean, you never know. You might have issues too, but just don't know about it. I mean, or wonder why you're a certain way, and again, just don't know, like, why, like it took me a minute to realize why I am the way I am. You know what I mean? I say it's bad, whatever, but it's not. I mean, shoot, anybody ever watch Doctor Who? He got pretty good values, nothing wrong with it. I mean, yeah. And it's not bad. I mean, there's a lot of us who were raised up by TV. Truthfully. I mean, mom got to work 1 or 2 jobs, whatever, you're home alone. Trying to make out the best you can. I mean, but, again, mental health or whatever is no excuse to go out and hurt somebody else. Or to do any damage, whatever. I mean, it's up to us to get help. It's up to us to help one another. I mean, because, hey, I am so happy that I am not fucking strung out on crack or popping pills crazy or whatever, because I could have been. I mean, I could have been. But again, I'll tell you about that later. I mean, and if I was wanting to go around hurt people, whatever, again, nobody could blame me, whatever, but why? It served no purpose. I mean, but like I said, I hope you get this, understand. This is for y'all as well as me. And if I can help anybody else out, my job is done. I mean, I'll leave you that. You can contact me at leroy39@yahoo.com. I'll answer any questions, whatever. And like I said, if nobody cares, I care. I mean, because somebody has to. And yeah, somebody has to. Good night.